Fruit and Q, and we are back with more Donkey Kong Country shenanigans. And hopefully, I will make better progress than I did last time because I felt like I was spinning my wheels. But I still like this game a lot, and I'm happy to be back at it. Oh yeah, gotta do the cheat for the lives.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting and then having to reset. There you go. And I think I determined that if you reset the game, you don't actually have to input cheat again.
Okay.
Um, so hold on before you start.
Yeah.
Last time you got a game over on the third level, but off stream after you played, I beat the first three levels. So I rebeat the two levels you beat, and I beat the third one, and then I saved. So you still have to beat the third level. So you have to go back. The third one that has Diddy, you have to beat that. No, you skipped it. So elevator antics, you still have to beat.
That's right. I think that's great.
Is your so we have some exciting things to talk about this stream, one could say.
Off to a good start.
So on I think on like the first stream we did, I was talking about how there was like a series of Donkey Kong Country novels. Novels is probably too generous a term. They're like chapter books for small children. I don't think they are really qualify as full-fledged novels. Maybe novellas. Uh Novelette. Is that like even shorter than a novella? What is the cutoff between a novella and a novel?
I used to forgot.
I feel like that's more of an art than a science,
Yeah.
but is there like an official thing that like publishers use to distinguish between a novel and a novella?
Really, it's usually like a range between why am I sucking already?
Well, in any case, I don't think these count as novels. Like
No.
the point being, I talked about there's like three Donkey Kong Country chapter books, which actually don't correspond to the three games. That's another story. But the point being, I said I had them like as a kid, but I got rid of them at one point. Well, I found a scan of the first one, and I actually read it. And you said you read most of it, right?
Yeah.
Like 2/3 of it or so.
Yeah, I have a tiny bit of it left.
So it is like it has a bunch of illustrations. It's not like a picture book. It just has like I think like one per chapter, maybe twice. There's like a illustration, full page illustration. But if you subtract the illustrations, it's like less than 60 pages long, and these are like not large pages, and the font is fairly generously sized. So it's quite short. I read it in like an hour, and that is with me like stopping constantly to take pictures of specific passages and to text you about them and to make comments about it. Uh so I probably, if you subtract all that, maybe it took me like 40 minutes to read it or something. Uh but it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Certain parts about it. There's like it pretty much starts the way that the like the backstory for Donkey Kong Country starts if you read the like instruction manual.
Yeah.
So it's like Donkey Kong is like Donkey Kong is like the established hero, and Diddy is like looks up to him and wants to be a hero like him. And it's like Diddy's job that night to watch the Kong's banana horde. But then like Kremlings show up, they like beat him up, stuff him in a barrel, and there's like an illustration of Clump like kicking the barrel like a football.
You mark us something up.
There is one slight difference in like the original story. Donkey Kong is supposed to like relieve Diddy in like the middle of the night, but he oversleeps, so he doesn't like actually find out what happens until the morning. And I choose to believe that Donkey Kong is like hazing Diddy Kong. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'll come. I'll relieve you later." Uh, but anyway, that part's not in the book. In the book, it's just like Diddy's job to watch all night. But anyway, Donkey Kong goes like off to look for Diddy and to find the bananas. And for some reason, Cranky Kong like actually comes with him in the book. I guess just so they have an extra character to ba- bounce off of.
Which is Donkey Kong running through the jungle, I guess.
But so like they like immediately get like attacked by Kremlings and are like overpowered, so it's not going well for them. But then Rambi shows up and saves them, which is like a recurring thing in the book. The animal buddies just show up, like,
Yeah, they're basically plot devices.
yeah, and like Rambi actually is slightly more interesting than the other animal buddies because he has the tiniest bit of motivation. Like they're like, oh, he hates the Kremlings, but that's basically about the gist of it.
Yeah.
Like there's no additional like there's no explanation why. It's not like a Kremling like killed his mother or stole his lunch money or something. It's just well he hates the Kremlings and he likes uh running into them. Uh but so like Rambi tells them getting your bananas back is not like the end of this mission for you because the Kremlings have a factory, which the factory we're in the factory setting this right now.
Yeah.
So well, I guess you're in a cave right now, but you're in the factory world anyway. So it's apropos, I suppose. But Rambi's like, you're gonna have to do something about this factory because it's like polluting Donkey Kong Island, and pretty soon, we're all gonna be screwed. And Donkey Kong, it's established earlier in the story that he brings a backpack with him that is supposedly full of like special miniature barrels that serve various functions. It's not really explained what they mean by this, but when Rambi's like, you have to do something about this factory, Donkey Kong is like, oh, well, I brought a bunch of TNT with me, so we'll just blow the factory up. And it's like, okay, so apparently we were talking earlier about the like themes of this game on one of the recent streams and how like um there's kind of like an environmental theme where it's like the Kongs live they live in like wooden cabins or like tree houses in the middle of the jungle, and then these like Kremlings have like US military outfits and they're like have factories and they have like a more industrial society seemingly. So there's like kind of an ecological theme. It's pretty explicit in this.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong in this book written for 6-year-olds is just like an eco terrorist,
Yep.
which is pretty wild.
But frick.
Yeah, so Donkey Kong is an eco terrorist. That's canon. Actually, I don't think these books are canon. They're I looked up the author. He's like a children's author from New York. So I doubt he had any like direct contact with Rare, which is a British company. Uh I don't know, maybe they gave him like a series Bible or something to look at. But quite honestly, this book does not go into much more depth than the games. There's like a handful of little tidbits that are not in the games but may have just been like made up by the author. His name is Michael Tadelbaum, I think. But so the what happens, they go to it's called Treetop Village in the book.
Yeah, that's the
What?
Ewok level, right?
It's called Treetop Town in the game, not Treetop Village. And also for some reason Treetop is like two words in the game. It's Tree Top
Oh yeah,
Town. Maybe that's a British thing where it's two words.
that could be.
Um, but like the Kremlings have taken over Treetop Village, and they hold on. Actually, before we get to this, I have to go back to the beginning. There's some clump dialogue that I need to get. Uh,
Yeah.
Let me get the.
Oh no! Oh my hell! Of course, that's the trouble. Oh jeez, this is not.
Have you gotten to the halfway point yet? Oh,
Jump over to that one.
I need to get my reading glasses. Oh,
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know. Ooh. Right, stop it. Oh no. Ah! Oh, you just.
there's already some YouTube videos of people doing dramatic readings of the book.
Oh. Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the back cover. This is the copy from the back of the book. It says, he lives in a treehouse. He's a big, hairy guy. And boy, does he love bananas. Meet Donkey Kong as he swings out of the video game screen and into the pages of his very own book. Unfortunately, a horde of evil Kremlings has stolen something precious from Donkey Kong. Now they've disappeared. Can Donkey Kong stop the Kremlings in time? This is
Ah!
the publisher is called Troll Associates.
It's all that. It's if you. That's pretty high level. Like.
So, by the way, I did have this book as a kid. I think I said that, but I had to reread this and find out what I subjected my parents to as a child. This was published in 1995. There's no month, but this would have been like within months of the game coming out.
Yeah, which is speaks to the quality. I mean,
Yeah, I literally think this was written in like possibly less than a week, maybe a week.
nope.
Which was
I gotcha. I don't know.
all right. Let's see.
Oh no. Please let there be something else going on. Oh no, there's not. Goodbye. Oh.
You're gonna have to do a timed jump.
I got that.
Use that roll,
See the old letters. I'm not gonna try it again, and it's just for lives anyway.
which you can. Doesn't matter. You've already got the
Yeah.
save point, so you can always reset and use the barrel sheet. Uh,
Yeah. Eat dirt.
all right. Here we go. So Diddy, Diddy's like hearing things while he's guarding the bananas, and he's like thinking someone's there. So he calls out, I am the brave Diddy Kong. Show yourself if you are friendly. If you are not, then get ready for the fight of your life. So, j- just as Diddy convinced himself that the footsteps were only in his imagination, a horde of Kremlings leapt from the bushes. The fight of our lives, eh? Ha 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 ha! Cackled Clump, the leader of this group. How foolish of Donkey Kong to leave his precious bananas guarded by a mere child. I'm no child, yelled Diddy Kong. I'm as tough as Donkey Kong, and I'll prove it. I'm afraid that is exactly what you are going to have to do, monkey, Clump said. Then he screamed, Kremlings, dispose of this pest.
Remnant attack!
And after they stuff him in the barrel and take it away, Clump says, Quickly, we have wasted too much time here already. That mini monkey was more trouble than I expected. We must take the bananas and be gone. And so, if you are wondering how they got the bananas, they used a tree trunk as a battering ram.
Because I was trying to save this barrel to hit the bees down the way, which I think is what
Well,
it wants me to do, and it's got in the way of what I'm trying to do.
So if you're wondering how the Growlings stole the bananas, they apparently used a tree trunk as a battering ram, and then they loaded them all up into mine carts.
Like, how?
Good question. Why don't you just kill that bee and figure it out when you get there?
Blah. Ah.
But so like this early part of the book, there's actually some like characterization for Diddy Kong. He's like nervous when he's guarding the bananas, and then they get into their first fight, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go take out the factory," and Diddy is like, "Okay, I have to be brave, and I don't want to like show that I'm scared in front of Donkey Kong." And you're like, "Okay, is he gonna go through some little character arc here?" Absolutely not. They just immediately drop the idea that any of these characters have like thoughts or emotions.
Yeah.
Like after that point, like we stop hearing any sort of introspection from the characters. You've got to
Yeah, do 1, 2, 3.
look for the pattern. So they go to Treetop Village, and the Kremlings have what are called barrel cannons, which in the game, the barrel cannons are the barrels that shoot you out of them. But in this, they're like just straight up guns.
Yeah. Which is a choice.
Interesting. Uh, hold on. Let me get all the pictures I sent you the other day. Uh, back.
Yeah. There was one paragraph you sent me with Engard, and no, it's just
Oh, shit.
the
Oh,
graphs in our
this was the first thing I sent you. It's talking about when he's fighting the Kremlings at the beginning. It says two Kremlings raced at Diddy from opposite directions. He reacted quickly. Just as the Kremlings reached him, Diddy jumped straight up into the air. Diddy was a great jumper. In fact, he could jump higher and farther than even Donkey Kong. It's like they literally is like, okay, I gotta like this is such a threadbare concept that any single fact that I can get from the like instruction manual, like Diddy can jump higher than Donkey Kong. Okay, put it in the book. And like in the same scene, it says back at the banana storehouse, Diddy started his favorite move, the cartwheel attack.
Yeah.
The only move he has actually, but
I hear you.
but yeah, they're like at this treetop village, and the Kremlings are shooting at them, and Ramby like bonks the tree and they like fall out or whatever, I think. But they get to
Maybe it. No, it doesn't make any sense. You should have tried to.
the immediacy. I'm looking at the immediacy with which Donkey Kong suggests blowing up the factory is incredible. So Ramby is like that horrible place is polluting all our air and soil. Soon no one will be able to grow any food or even breathe on this island. Something's got to be done about that factory. Cranky Kong spoke up. In my day, we didn't go around whining about our problems. We took action. And then, I've got some mini TNT barrels with me, said Donkey Kong. I say we go blow up that factory and get our bananas back. Just like immediately, like, let's do an eco terrorism. Donkey Kong gives zero fucks.
Hey, I shit.
So they go to like the snow world. Uh they get through this game so much faster than you are.
Right?
Mm.
Like for
This is like it's like a speed run. This game I think takes like what, like half hour, 40 minutes if you're doing a speed run of it or something.
half.
Uh but so they go to like the snow world and they're like, "Oh no, how do we get up the mountain?" And Espresso just like appears out of nowhere and is like, "I'll help you." Oh yeah, back so hold on, back when they're at the treetop village, there it says one by one, Rambi, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Cranky Kong tiptoed single file right under the village. How does a rhinoceros that walks on all fours tiptoe?
Guess that was not considered.
Oh, and
Oh shit.
I forgot to draw attention to the fact that the animal buddies can speak in this, which you were like, what? Yeah.
Big. I don't know. I thought
Do they ever establish? I mean, Donkey Kong and Diddy and all the Kongs can speak, but they are like deliberately given like human like characteristics, whereas like the animal buddies are still like they're walking on all fours, and like Rambi has like they gave him some like a dog personality and stuff, so it's kind of like you don't really expect him to speak. I don't know, do they ever speak in any of the games? Like, do you remember in Donkey Kong 64, do Rambi and Ungard are both in that game? Do they speak?
thinks, but I actually don't know. There might be like a dialogue box when you like grab them for the first time or something, but I don't think you would have that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Ma- I guess I'm not sure. They never speak.
It's not gonna work.
They never speak in the um Donkey Kong Country video games, at least not in the games. I don't remember if like in the manual they have any like dialogue or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'd have to look. But so yeah, apparently
Donkey Kong, I'm trying to
you,
picture that.
you, you gotta jump like when it's as high as possible and then just immediately like roll jump to the next.
That's there's a third one that's going up, and somehow I keep getting to it when it's out of my reach, but maybe. Oh shit. Right. How high can Donkey Kong get that high? Okay. Let's see. I just tuned in music. That.
Go,
Oh,
go.
I did it. There we
Nice.
go.
Oh wait, so the barrel cannons, I forgot. They were like cannons that shoot barrels.
Yeah,
Um,
which was unexpected.
they later have barrel cannons that are like guns later on.
Yeah.
So here you're gonna have to like go when it's very low, so you have
Yeah.
a chance to.
Wait, I'm trying to hang on.
So pay attention to the timing,
Oh, not yet. Oh, jeez.
and then go.
Ah, shit.
Don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Like
At least I figured that earlier stage out.
so, so they go. Meant when he's Donkey Kong, so you get to that part. Um, they're in like the snow area, and Espresso helps them. He like has like a rope, and he uses it to pull him up, and it talks about how his like sneakers allow him to walk in the snow.
Yeah.
Um, and
Damn good sneakers.
they get attacked. Did you hear something? Asked Diddy Kong a few minutes later. Yes, said Espresso. It sounded like wings flapping, and I know it wasn't my wings. The flapping noises came again. Suddenly, Neki and Mini Neki, two evil vultures who lived in the ice caves, appeared. They began to take coconuts from their backpacks and throw them at Espresso and the Kongs.
The neck in the game.
They do not have backpacks in the game. They are just like birds.
We're just spittoon.
Yeah, they like only Mini Neki does, but he like spits them out. And I thought they were like nuts or something, but in this it says they're throwing coconuts at them.
Yeah, they're nuts too.
But Donkey Kong reacted quickly. Dodging the flying coconut, he opened his backpack and pulled out two of the miniature barrel cannons that he had packed at the beginning of the trip, which had not previously been mentioned before. Here you go, Diddy, he called, tossing one of the cannons to his little pal. It's time to play catch with these overgrown turkeys. So, what they do is they catch the coconuts in these miniature barrel cannons and then they shoot them back. So, this book invented Donkey Kong's coconut gun,
Indeed. Was
which
a surprise.
can fire in spurts, and if he shoots you, it's gonna hurt. In case you haven't heard. But I think that, and do you think this is another thing where like Shigeru Miyamoto is like stealing someone else's idea and pretending it's his?
Indeed.
There is evidence that he did not actually come up with the name Donkey Kong. Did you know that?
It's vaguely
Because I remember reading about this. I apologize if I get some of the details wrong, but like he's always said he like looked up the word like stupid in the dictionary and like donkey was there or something. So apparently there was like a lawsuit at one point where I think it was like Universal Studios was claiming that they own the rights to King Kong and Donkey Kong infringed on it.
yeah.
And like what ended up happening was that turned out they didn't even own the rights to Donkey Kong to King Kong, I mean, because it was like in the public domain.
Yeah. Okay.
But during that lawsuit, like they deposed a bunch of Nintendo employees and some video game historian got copies of the depositions from like a court or from somewhere.
Yeah.
And there was like a deposition from some other Nintendo employee who told like a similar story about like he looked up stupid in the dictionary or something to that effect. And it like but he was the one who did it, not Miyamoto. And so like is Miyamoto stealing people's or it also could just be like a translation issue where with like pronouns or something where
Yeah.
he's not actually taking credit, he's just saying like we did this or whatever. I don't know. I am not actually accusing Miyamoto of stealing credit or anything, but apparently he may not have named Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Interesting. Freaking hell.
I cannot remember the name of the other employee. But so yeah, coconut guns. They had them all the way back in '95. You have been through a lot of lives.
Yep.
You need to get serious here. Oh yeah, they go down like the mountain, like using tires as sleds. And like,
Yeah.
where is my tire sled level in this game?
Yeah. Made that world much more enjoyable.
Do you remember in the Super Mario Brothers movie when they go down using like a mattress
Oh yeah.
as a sled? Let's see.
Oh, he's
So they go to the cave that you from the snow level, the snow world, where it's like dark and they meet Squawks, who has his flashlight, and there's about as much explanation of it as there is in the video game. He just shows up and is like, "I will help you through this cave, and I'll show you where the Kremling's factory is." After you told me you're going to do an eco-terrorism, he has like no actual motivation, no like motive for helping them. He just is like, "Sure, whatever. I know where it is. I'll tell you." Uh,
I'm just here to move along.
yep, basically. And let's see. Oh yeah, there's like some. We were talking earlier about like who built the mines, whether it was
Yeah.
the Kongs or the Kremlings, and I was, even though the second world is called the Monkey Mines, I was figuring the Kremlings built it because it's like part of their industrial society. Like they need stuff for their. Okay, I'll be quiet for a second. Will you?
I got halfway through this.
So you want to jump when it's low,
I gotta remember I can do the roll downs too.
and then go, and then you can let it fall a bit. Like you have a second. All right,
Oh, okay, that's good. Just two there. And oh, hello. Get out of my face.
that was pretty close.
Okay.
Careful. Okay,
Oh, jeez.
go go go. You're so close.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, here you're gonna need to react quickly. That's the advice I'll give you. You're so close to the end though. And do a roll. Nope. Or
Okay, 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 okay.
you can stop here if you don't die. Uh, so they get to the cave. It says, hold on, where did I see? Oh yeah, so Squawks explained years ago, before the Kremlings took over the factory, the miners used to load their ore into the mining carts and then roll them right to the factory for processing. So this seems to suggest that the Kremlings did not build the mines or the factory.
Yeah.
They were. It,
Just came in and took everything over.
he doesn't specify, but I assume that would be like the Kong's mines and factories, and they just took it over, I guess. But that raises the question of why does Donkey Kong want to blow it up? Like, why, if the factory was okay when like the Kongs had it, why is it suddenly like causing like too much pollution
Yeah.
now? I don't know. It's a little
There's the plot holes.
some plot holes here. Michael Tadelbaum, you're a hack. You obviously didn't think any of this through. I'm just kidding. If Michael Tadelbaum, you ever want to talk to us, you're welcome to join the stream. You can fill in the gaps or tell us that you only had like 3 days to write the book. I believe you if you said that.
Yeah.
I believe you if you said you had like 2 days, like maybe an afternoon. Uh, so they get to the factory. This is the junk they're putting into our air, said Donkey Kong. Okay, here's the plan. I brought enough TNT barrels to bring this whole place down. Diddy, you take some. Pops, that's cranky. You take a few more. We'll sneak around the factory planting the TNT barrels every few feet. Then we'll meet back here. Everyone agreed. Even Cranky went along without a fuss. The three Kongs were soon placing the highly explosive TNT barrels all around the factory. So, uh, does I think I want to say it's remote control. I can't remember, but so they do an eco terrorism. They blow up the factory, and but before that, they Donkey Kong like overhears some of the Kremlings talking, who explain that their leader King K. Rool is on a boat so that Donkey Kong knows where to find him. So they go to like a beach to try to find a way to get to the boat, and like Cranky is like, you didn't bring a boat with us, like how the hell are we gonna get to them? And uh on guard, like the swordfish
So yeah.
just like Okay, here we go. Now that we're here, began Cranky Kong. Did you stop to think that we don't have a boat? Before Donkey Kong could answer, a huge blue swordfish broke the water's surface, his sword like beak shimmering in the morning sun as he hung in the air for a second and then splashed back into the waves. It's my friend Ungard the swordfish, exclaimed Donkey Kong.
How do you know Oxford?
And Ungard is like, the news of your travels have spread far and wide, even though somehow magically, even underwater, even though the only people you've been in contact with are a rhinoceros and an ostrich who cannot like breathe underwater.
Yes.
But so like Ungard takes them to the boat and oh yeah, on the way to the boat they get into a fight with Squidge the jellyfish
Yeah.
and some other underwater enemies. And we get some other interesting lore. Squidge the jellyfish tried to sting Donkey Kong, who used a double hand slap attack on either side of Squidge's head to stun the jellyfish. That ringing in your head is not a phone call, teased Donkey Kong. So the Kongs have telephones confirmed.
Banana phones.
Banana phones, probably. You're probably right. Ring, 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 banana phone. Uh, so Clambo the clam spat pearls at Cranky Kong, but the old monkey remained unrattled. He used his walking stick like a baseball bat, hitting the pearls back at Clambo. Batter up, yelled Cranky. I wasn't the all-star hitter for the hold on, I lost it. I wasn't the all-star hitter for the Kong Cardinals for nothing, you know.
Criminals.
So baseball exists for the Kongs confirmed, which I guess is how is Donkey Kong in any of the Mario baseball games?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe not that far fetched, but also they have a team called the Kong Cardinals, I guess. Let's see. So they get to Gangplank Galleon. Basically, they do a fight. Donkey Kong does a barrel roll. The attack caught the Kremlings by surprise. Donkey Kong went into a barrel roll, tumbling along the Gangplank Galleon's deck like a giant hairy ball. He smashed into a group of Kremlings, scattering the startled lizards like bowling pins. So, does bowling also, is the bowling part editorializing by the narrator, or does bowling also exist in this world? Okay, you gotta get serious here. You've been through like 35 lives now. Uh, so yeah, so they beat up um, some of the Kremlings. By the way, when Donkey Kong uses the hand slap on Squid, you cannot use the hand slap underwater in the game,
Yeah.
so that's fucking lie. Also, I think Donkey Kong or one of the others jumps on Rock Croc when they're on the Gangplank Galleon. You can't jump on Rock Croc; he is invincible. Uh, but anyway, they beat up the Kremlings, and we get this riveting passage. Way to go, little buddy, Donkey Kong said. We make a good team, replied Diddy. This is not over yet, though, Donkey Kong reminded him. We've still got to stop King K. Rool. But the Kongs were too late. Seeing that defeat was at hand, King K. Rool had slipped away in his speedboat. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong watched as the supreme Kremlin commander sped away from the gangplank galleon, waving his fist in the air and screaming back at them, "This isn't over, monkeys! I will be back to destroy you!" So they use the minecarts to bring uh the careful,
Okay. Ah! I
so they use the minecarts to bring the bananas home, and that's pretty much the end of it. No one goes on any character arc. Uh,
come on. Stop that. Straight down the street. God damn it. Yep, that's it.
that's
Back. He has to stay around. Or
for another novel, which maybe I'll have read that by the next time we stream. I'll be able to give you an update on that. That one is weird because the cover of it is the cover for Donkey Kong Land, which is like a Game Boy spin-off of Donkey Kong Country. But I don't think the novel follows the plot of the game. And the plot for that game is like a farce. Don't try to go back. Like you might be able to time it to land on the next one, so you should fall there anyway. Um, the plot of Donkey Kong Land is like Frankie thinks that Donkey Kong Country was only a hit because of its fancy pre-rendered graphics, and he gives all the bananas back to King K. Rool and says, Donkey Kong, like you have to prove that you could make like a good game even if it's for an 8-bit console. And so now you have to go get the bananas back again. Which
oh,
the like not self-referential, but the fourth wall breaking humor is not really part of the books, I don't think, so they did not go with that story. But I do not remember what the story is for that book at all because I have not like read it since I was like 6 or 7 years old, probably. Uh, but that one is called, I think, Donkey Kong Rumble in the Jungle. Let's see. Also available from Troll Associates, Donkey Kong Country Rumble in the Jungle. So, why did they do this?
cash grab. Attempt at a cash grab.
I mean, it worked. I bought a copy of it. I got all three of them. There were three of them.
That's true.
They could have even made more than three of them. There was a third game that didn't get a book, and they didn't make books for Donkey Kong Land 2 and 3. The third one is based off Donkey Kong Country 2, and that stopped after that. I mean, personally, I feel like they should have written like a 400-page epic novel about Donkey Kong Country. I would have liked to see all the characters go on some character arcs. I wanted to hear about uh, Donkey Kong and Diddy facing their moments of doubt while starving in Gorilla Glacier and thinking that they're going to die. And Donkey Kong is considering cannibalism. Uh, and Diddy has to slap him and say, "Snap out of it, Donkey Kong. We can do this.
Get it together.
Get it together, man."
As I continue.
What would Candy Kong think? Would you ever be able to look at Candy Kong again knowing you had eaten your best friend?
Nope. This guy walks away from me. The other guy.
You can roll through clumps with Diddy, FYI.
Okay.
You can't roll through Prussia. Yeah, because he's protected by his helmet. Go and do a roll jump.
What the? I
You
ceiling not.
the ceiling bumps you through. Yeah.
Can I do something?
Well, it's better than crushing you and instantly killing you, like a lot of platformers would do.
That's true. Run.
Yeah, if you have Diddy, you can do like a roll jump and you'll be able to get over Clump pretty easily. Um, let's see. So, what did you think of that book?
It's definitely a thing that exists.
Pretty much.
What the?
I feel like it's not well written even for a children's book, but that might not entirely be the author's fault, depending on what sort of like mandate he was given, like how exactly he was told to match the lore from the games. Um, I mean, he did get to invent mini barrel cannons that can shoot coconuts. So he was given some leeway, unless the coconut gun was imagined like years earlier. Um, Michael Teitelbaum or Teitelbaum with interior illustrations by Ron Zalm or Zalme, which some great faces in these drawings. I love the drawing of Clump kicking the barrel with Diddy in it. Clump is doing like his leg is like 90 degrees. Like it looks like a showgirl like kicking his leg up. And he's got like the biggest smile on his face. And Diddy is like in the barrel. You can see like his eyes and the brim of his hat sticking out. And his eyes were like really wide, like,
Roll jump.
all right, you better do it this time, or else you'll have to start from the beginning again. So, what else can we talk about? Have we done anything since the last stream? When was the last stream? Was it? Did we do an extra one over the weekend?
Yeah, Saturday. And then we've been watching many movies lately. Screw, and screw.
I don't think we watched any movies since then. I think. Wait, when did we stream on Saturday? Was it at night? Oh yeah, I don't think we. So we had. If we had watched anything, it would have been beforehand. It came over.
Alright.
I don't think you need to do the barrel cheat again. You can try. So
Hi, Candy. Excuse me, Candy. There we go.
I have another piece of Donkey Kong trivia that I don't think I mentioned before. There is like an alternate version of Donkey Kong Country that is like an official game that you can actually find on the like secondhand market um, called the Donkey Kong Country Competition cartridge,
Oh yeah.
and it is like it's different. It's like it's like a handful of levels from the game. Not all of them. They're they're the same as like the levels in the final game, except I think they take out the animal tokens so that you can't access the animal bonus rooms. Um, and there's no world map. Like you beat a level and it just takes you to the next stage. But again, it's like not every level, and I think some of them are also in like a different, slightly different order. Um, but there's a score counter and there's a 5 minute timer. And when the 5 minute timer runs out, the game just like freezes. So, like, it keeps your score on screen. And this was used at some sort of like contest. I was just reading a little bit about it before we went on stream. It was like actually before Donkey Kong Country was officially released. So you could have gotten to play some levels from the game like at these competitions like before
Yeah.
the game actually came out, which is kind of neat. But basically, what would happen is you get to play for 5 minutes, and then the game would freeze, and they would write down your score. And I believe what happened was like if you got the highest score at the place you were at, then you got to like go to some finals thing or something.
Yeah.
I have an article about it open from SNES Central. It says
Game of Donkey Kong.
Powerfest 94 was what it was called. Um, was an attempt to replicate the success of the Nintendo World Championship held in 1990. Never reached the notoriety of the original competition. Um,
Nope. Nope.
so
Yo.
to qualify for the Powerfest tournament, you had to get a high score on a Powerfest cart during Nintendo-sponsored events throughout the United States. Regional qualifying events went from May to November. At the events, there were 4 systems set up, and whoever won on each got. Wait, what? Whoever won on each go got a hat. The top qualifier for each event got a trip to San Diego to participate at the championships. Wait, hold on. It was used in the finals for Powerfest '94. So actually, I guess you wouldn't have. This wouldn't have been a qualifying thing. It would have been for the finals. Um, and then in 1995, Blockbuster Video carried the Blockbuster World Video Game Championships 2, which I guess also used this. The people with top scores from this one and also from a Genesis competition cartridge would then go on to participate in World Championships. But what is pretty wild is after these contests were over, they sold the cartridges off.
Oh.
Nintendo used to have like a catalog. Remember catalogs?
Ah, yes, I do.
I mean, they still exist, but mostly for like clothing and stuff, and not for
Video game.
like video game paraphernalia. Yeah, I remember getting those catalogs with like Nintendo Power Magazine, and I have some stuff that I got from some of them. I actually have some Donkey Kong Country action figures that were purchased from those catalogs. But I remember them selling these. They would sell the competition cartridges, and I don't know how much they were selling them for. Probably like the price of like a full game. Which, by the way, it's not the full game, and you cannot even get to the like through all the levels that they put in the competition cartridge because of the 5 minute timer. Um, but yeah, so they're out there. I want to say there's like a few, at least a few thousand of them, but they go for like a fair amount of money. This article says um, copies with the box usually sell for more than $500 on eBay. I personally paid $650 for my copy back in the spring of 2008. So this was published in 2009 or last updated 2009. I imagine they are worth a lot more now because the value of SNES stuff has like skyrocketed in the
Yeah.
past like 15 years. Um, let's see if I can find one on eBay. I didn't even know it came with a box. Um, here's a graded cartridge only graded at 7.5, selling for $8,000 or best offer on eBay.
Finally.
Switch. Actually, I don't know if you should switch. Just be very careful about clump.
The lowest point.
And by the way, the competition cartridge has the same art, but it says competition cartridge on it. Jesus Christ.
This one. No. Ah!
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like a case that it came with because it was like a Blockbuster thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It says Blockbuster World Video Game Championship 2, and then it says Donkey Kong Country. This is one that has the case selling for almost $10,000, graded at 7.5. Someone else is trying to sell one for $50,000. I don't know about that, bud. Good luck. And it's not even graded. So, and by the way, a loose Donkey Kong Country cartridge is not worth that much money. It's like a very common game. It's one of the most mass produced Super Nintendo games ever made. So, I don't know how many of the competition cartridges were actually made. The box says only 2,500 copies were made,
Oh, no.
making this one of the rarest official SNES releases. It is not one of the rarest things because there are like prototypes and stuff where there are like one or two of them that are known to be in existence, but that is quite rare for a Super Nintendo cartridge. It might be one of the rarest to be like commercially released. But on the topic of competition cartridges, just
I suppose the barrel's gonna respawn. Nope.
there's also a Star Fox competition cartridge, which I think is not actually called the Star Fox competition cartridge. It's called Super Star Fox Weekend. And I think it's like more interesting than the Donkey Kong one because it has like more differences from the final game in terms of like the content.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
you can do this. You've gotten so close to the end
Yeah.
before.
Twice. Eek. Literally, my hair is perfect the entire game. I will say that every. Ah! Well,
I think that Nintendo Switch Online should put the competition cartridges up and let people compete for the high scores.
yeah. That would be fun. Alright, let's. No. Oh, Jesus. Stop it.
Your hand okay? She's shaking her hands.
It's like either go react too fast or don't react when I want you. Okay, at least I have.
You got an extra life.
Yes,
If you go through 100 lives on this stage, I don't even know.
Bro. Bro.
Do. So this world is kicking your ass even more than the snow world.
Yeah, which not expect. It's the I'm not good at jumping quickly apparently. So I'm thinking about having to go back and forth between the Y and B, but my son really
I really think this game should let you customize the controls, and like I feel like I don't
change
I don't know that I would necessarily make this change, but I could see some people. Oh shit! You'd got like a Mario like style like infinite jump thing going.
like by complete accident.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I've never seen it done like that.
Stumbled into it.
There's a way to use Crusha in one of the levels to get infinite one-ups. I have not seen that trick though. I'm gonna have to go study the video later and see how you did that.
Yeah.
No, okay, okay. You can roll. You can roll. Roll, roll, roll. Okay. Do a barrel roll. Yeah. So, are you looking forward to the next Donkey Kong Country book?
I'm curious about it since it has nothing to do with any of the games. Like, where are they going to pull the plot from?
I do not remember. I'm guessing they have to like catch up to King K. Rool and like defeat him for real. Since he got away on a speedboat, I think it said. Trying to get more lives there. Because apparently he has a speedboat. Speedboats are also a thing.
Yeah, apparently so.
Uh,
Oh. Okay, I have to jump over it.
yep.
Whoa. Oh, wait, hold on, why? Phew. Okay. That wasn't quite as scary as I thought it would be.
So, if anyone wants to send us a copy of their competition cartridge, we will take it.
Oh my god. It's freaking.
You gotta roll and jump over him.
I was like, hit the ceiling, and then I didn't.
Maybe we can play the competition cartridge on stream at some point, and I can defeat you in it.
Yeah.
Because
My leg.
even though I don't own a copy of it, that's the one Donkey Kong Country game for SNES I don't own. The ROM is like easily available if one knows where to obtain such things. I have played it a number of times. But I think we were talking about doing Star Fox on stream at some point.
Yeah.
If we do Star Fox, we should also play the competition cartridge for that.
Yeah.
Because it has like a level that's not really. There's like some differences. There's like 3 levels in it, and like one of them is not actually in the game. I think the like official game, because they had to like make a level that like it like continues. Nice. You're gonna speed run this level. They had to make like a level that like it doesn't end. Roll, roll.
I hear the button get pushed and nothing happens. What the fuck?
A likely story. They have to have like an endless level in it in case you like beat the other 2 levels quickly. So yeah, so that like level is like something that's not in the final game, I don't think. Nice.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Only good through the rest of the game.
Roll, roll.
Okay. Yeah. Just timed it.
So, what else would happen in this 400-page Donkey Kong Country epic novel? I guess they would have to meet some Ewoks in the Ewok level.
Maybe Cranky gets involved and gets kidnapped somehow, and they have to go on a trek to save him.
I think you know who they would eat in the instead of cannibalizing Diddy, they would eat Espresso
Yeah.
because he's like a bird, so he'd probably taste pretty good. He'd have a fair amount of meat because he's like an ostrich, not it's like a little chicken.
Yep.
Uh, Diddy, Diddy Kong's a growing monkey. He needs his sustenance. And I can't remember whether you actually see Espresso after Gorilla Glacier or not. But he's not in any of the future Donkey Kong Country games, so I am choosing to believe that that's because they had to cannibalize him in Gorilla Glacier.
Fair. Okay.
So
Motherfucker. Alright.
careful, you're like a pixel away. All right.
Mm, what's after this jump? Go.
Go. What's up? Don't.
Ah! Constantly, I guess. That can act. Ah! Okay. I know, dude, chill. Yes.
You have to at least beat this stage tonight.
Dude, but at least it means something.
I suppose if you can't, you could come back to it. I don't know.
But
I do consider this a relatively hard stage. And it only took me a few tries to beat it,
yeah,
but at least this time,
sure.
I have no idea how many times this took me as a kid.
What? Look.
I'm actually not sure like how many years this game took me to beat because I know that I did not beat it like within a year of it coming out or anything. But I remember that I was stuck on the final boss for like a super long time. So I think I might have gotten like to the final world like when I was still had only had it for like a year or two. Um but these games came out at like a really rapid pace. They put this one out in November, then they released the second one the next November and the third one the November after that. So like jump forward, not in place.
Right.
Because the next elevator could come up in time for you to land on it.
It's true.
But jumping in place is definitely not going to help. So honestly, it is pretty wild that these games came out so quickly. Because these were like the AAA games in their day. And for them to just like rank them out like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And like they're not ginormous games, but for like Super Nintendo games, they're pretty big, and they were made by like much smaller development teams than like a AAA game would be today. Like I think this game was worked on by like 22 people or something like that.
When it goes up, that's my chance. And I can just roll into the. Wait, if I roll, will I still get by the coconuts?
If you touch one of them, yes.
Yeah, it's Nucky himself.
Right. His hurt box does not function in this version of the game. They do fix it in like the patched versions that were used in later releases of the game. But there's like other bugs that they added. I can't remember if it's like the second or third version of this game. It's like probably one of the player's choice versions.
Yeah.
When you pause the game, swinging ropes will like keep swinging. Like I don't know how they didn't catch that one.
Yeah, yeah. Alright. If I knew he starts low, he does the too low and then one high. So I have to jump. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Jump, duck, jump on him.
Yo, okay.
Okay.
So now, right, this is where I got last time and I managed to get killed again.
You made the first jump though.
Yeah. Scary as I thought.
Roll and jump.
Shit.
I said to roll.
I did. I proceeded to not.
Hi, Mr. Doggo. There's a dog here.
Eat this. Wow, okay, you just keep rolling, huh? Alright, where'd the fucking barrel go? Okay, whatever.
You didn't use it? Yo. Hi, Mr. Doggo.
I was fooling around with the rollback and then it was like, no more barrel. Huh? This bro's here. Yeah. Shit. Fuck.
So,
I must have picked it up.
have you pre-ordered Pokemon Pokopia or whatever it's called?
Switched exclusive. Switched to anytime soon.
Me neither. We might. I feel like it's going to be like at least another year before I'm interested in it. I did not get a Nintendo Switch until it had been out for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I think I got mine in 2021.
I think the longest I've ever held on a Nintendo console.
Oh my god. Yo, let's go.
But I don't feel any need to upgrade because one, it's pretty expensive, and two, there's like two exclusive games on it that I'm interested in playing right now. Now, one being Donkey Kong Bonanza, and the other being I can't remember. So obviously it wasn't that meaningful, but was it that Yoshi game that's coming out maybe?
Yeah.
I think so. There's like a Yoshi's
Yoshi, the scariest book, and I got.
it's like a Yoshi's Island / Yoshi Story style game, right? Like a side scroller. I'm a big fan of Yoshi's Island, like top tier SNES game. Um, very even though it's a platformer, it's like very different vibe than most other platformers.
Yeah.
Like this game, for example, or like even though it's supposedly the sequel to Super Mario World, it's like a totally different game. Like everything about it is different, other than Yoshi being in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Awesome.
perhaps a game to stream at some point.
Relatively relaxing compared to this.
Mostly. It's not an.
Damn it!
It's not. it's not a hard game, but it's not an easy game either. And it it does like ask a lot of the player, I feel like, for games of this genre. Like there's a lot going on in that game in terms of like different gimmicks, and like the levels are pretty long,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
there's a lot of boss battles. Um, but it's such a great game, like aesthetically and its design, and
Mhm. And it just it's pretty.
yeah, no, it's such a beautiful game. Like, and its aesthetic completely holds up to this day. Uh, like,
Like imagine if they used the Nintendo 64's power to like stick with 2D stuff. We could have made some really gorgeous games. And I think they like there were some that were in Japan that were really cool, but like
yeah, I mean, not that many, but like that. Yeah, I mean, I think it was unfortunate that with like the N64 era, like 2D games kind of became like a lost art for like a whole generation, console generation, just because like everyone was so focused on, well, 3D is the next big thing, so everything has to be 3D.
yeah.
And like Donkey Kong 64 is kind of infamous for like being this like bloated disaster that, at least in retrospect, I think people liked it at the time, but like
Now it's like, damn, I played it that much.
yeah, but like I just, why didn't they just make like Donkey Kong Country 4 and
Yeah,
like make like a higher resolution version of these types of games with like
exactly.
more detailed graphics? Um, I mean, they did something like that with Yoshi's Story, and I think Yoshi's
That's not
Story
real.
looks pretty good. And then there's like the Paper Mario aesthetic where you do like 2D sprites in a 3D environment.
I love that game so
Yeah.
much.
No, I mean, I think that's a great style too, because it like you get the 3D world, but you're able to have more detail for the characters, and also have like a more defined aesthetic than everything just looks like a bunch of fucking blocks.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, where's the damn mind baby? Fuck this. I hate it.
you've been through like 75 lives, holy shit.
I know. Embarrassing. Quite frankly, I thought I would be doing worse. I'm doing pretty bad. Let's be real. But yes. Not my Hello? Okay. Ah. Oh, I'm Donkey Kong. Sorry about that, but you're not
Mm,
made for this. Yeah. Oh, nope, false.
that's not even a pit. You're
I
fine.
know, right?
So wait, what even is Pokemon Pokopia? Sounds like a drug, Pokopia.
You are a Ditto who arrives in a Pokemon village question mark and decides to turn into a human, and then you do it's like Animal Crossing by the way of Pokemon. You're around as this Ditto human and like I don't know. I know there's like decorating and friendshipping and all that kind of thing happening, but
Oh.
I actually know that much about the mechanics of the
What
game.
is the significance of you being a Ditto?
I don't know. I don't know why they don't decided to turn human, but that's what they're going this. So they're going. You have this little chibi cartoon human with the derpy ditto face the entire time, and there is farming or at least something with produce pull out of the ground, and
Yeah.
that's about all I know. And also that I missed it.
You didn't.
Oh no.
You just
I slipped.
you choked.
Yes. But it's got a very high score on a lot of the like critic platforms, and which was apparently a surprise to a lot of people.
Huh. So they keep releasing like Switch 2 versions of Switch games, and I'm confused why. I guess some of them have like better performance, but like why can't they just like release a patch for the Switch version or something?
Yeah, I don't entirely understand that either.
And like I ain't buying any games I already own.
Yeah.
Although most of the Switch games I own are like Final Fantasy. They're not I own
Oh god.
Advance Wars. I own Super Mario Wonder. I
Oh yeah.
don't actually have that many.
Have maybe not another entire world, but there is a decent amount of extra content for the Mario Wonder Switch 2 version.
I thought I looked it up and it wasn't actually anything significant. I can't remember what it was.
I don't e-
Let me look it up now. I don't think it was new levels.
Give me that G, goddammit. I don't need it, but y'all suck.
It says meet up in Bellabelle Park.
Yeah.
Oh wait, an area newly discovered within the Flower Kingdom. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, fuck this. It's gonna take me a minute. Uh, it's the B button, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And hold the Y button.
Okay, holding Y.
No, you're so close. So explore Bellabelle Park, an area newly discovered within the Flower Kingdom with your friends, and play various multiplayer attractions.
It's just like a collection.
Like mini games or something? Who cares?
Never mind.
Mm, It's not even out yet. It does say choose from an even larger cast of characters. Now adds Rosalina and co-star Luma to the existing cast. Grab the super flower pot power up to transform into a flower form and throw flowers.
I'm sure, why not?
Are they gonna release like an update for the Switch version? Or do you have to buy the Switch 2 version?
Uh, I didn't hear anything about a Switch 1 update, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't. That would not
Sick of them sick of paying full price for a game and then being like, hey, pay full price again to get like 5% extra content.
Yeah.
Like, no thank you. I do have the Wii U versions of a whole bunch of games that were later released on Switch. And it always ticked me off how they like uh were trying to sell Wii U games back to me. I was one of the like not giant number of people who actually bought a Wii U, and I own like most of the first party Nintendo games for it. And like almost all of them, they made Switch versions because they're like, well, nobody bought Wii U, so why don't we just like sell all the games again so we don't have to make new Switch games? Um,
You're nuts.
I think the only really great Wii U game they didn't re-release was Yoshi, what's it called? Yoshi's Epic.
Oh
Not Yo-
yeah.
No, that's a Kirby game, not
Yeah.
Epic Yarn.
Digital World.
No, that is a Switch game. Yoshi's. It's something about Yarn.
Mm.
Hold on. Yoshi's Woolly World?
Yeah, that's because freaking.
Okay, get serious. Yeah, Yoshi's Woolly World,
Mm.
which maybe not a great game, but it is like a it was pretty good, and it's like a continuation of like the Yoshi's Island style games.
Cool.
It has like a great art style. Like in terms of its design, I don't necessarily think it's like the best like Yoshi game ever made,
Yeah.
but it's still good. I think I'm looking at Wikipedia. It says critics praise the art style and innovation, but criticize the difficulty as too easy. Although for some people that is good. Like it's probably a good game for like kids to play.
Yeah.
It's probably like as imaginative as Yoshi's Island was. I feel like that game's pretty challenging for a child. I
Yeah.
think it took me a while to get through it as a kid. Um, but I will say I was like hooked on it for a while as a kid because it's so imaginative. Oh my god, you are stop.
Fuck.
Stop losing.
Sorry.
Okay, this life is the one. You are going to do it. Meh.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's what I did with Girl last time. Weird.
yeah, if you like pick it up when you're already in contact with an enemy, it just kind of like instantaneously kills them without the animation really happening. There you go. Okay, you got Donkey Kong. He's-
You man.
You might want to be giddy for this part because he's like I think his hitbox is a tiny bit smaller.
Yeah. Nope.
Jeez.
I almost did it. Okay.
Go, go. Okay.
Next one now.
Go, go. You're so close. You're so close.
Shush. That's how that's supposed to go. We gotta do a roll to get over. Once I get on far enough.
And remember, even if you don't think you'll make it, it's better to go than to just straight up die where you are. Okay. You can take a little breather here. Take a deep breath.
We're exciting to be sore. Wow. That's
Donkey Kong's fine.
I'm annoyed. Okay.
All right, ready to do it? Go.
Alright. I prefer not to worry anybody because I'm sure there's something else that I'm gonna have to worry about after this guy, but okay, then why? Nope. Nope. Swear to God, there's gonna be somebody else shooting. Okay.
I think you can just roll jump over.
Shit.
Oh my god, you almost fell off.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wait. Huh?
You,
Why? Oh, I see.
because I already beat the level.
Yeah.
You
I've
just you hadn't beaten it.
direction.
You might want to reset it to get your lives back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my God. Okay.
I wonder why they never released re-released this game on Switch.
Yeah. Their their logic makes no sense. Okay, let me in, please.
Maybe we should play that one sometime. Oh, I don't think you have to redo it,
No? Okay.
but We should play Yoshi's Island sometime. 'Cause
Poison.
you've only played like a few stages from that game, right?
Yeah. Oh. When I heard Poison Pond, I didn't expect there to be a water level.
This is the last water level in this game.
Something up there to do it there. Whatever is going on, that music doesn't instantly chill me out a little bit, but I can't become complacent.
How come there aren't any like sick mutated fish in this
Okay.
level?
It's not worth it.
Like the Simpsons fish that have 3 eyes.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Eh.
Fuck you. What if you keep going left?
Oh.
Be careful because the shark might respawn.
Yeah.
You try and remember there is a secret somewhere in this level. Oh, you do have to input the cheat again? Maybe it's if you get a game over, not a reset, because I could have sworn, I don't know.
Okay, let me out, man. Okay. Wait, I don't get it the second part. No, I'm scared.
Don't stop. If it's flashing red, don't. If you didn't hear the sound, then you didn't get it.
Yeah, okay. E A R A L.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Alright, let's turn off the good.
Here is a copy of the Star Fox Super Weekend selling for $3,250 for just the cartridge.
Holy shit.
Here's a graded copy for $7,000. Another one for $5,000.
Okay, could you kindly get out of my way so I can figure out what's over here?
Go stay low, I think. Maybe even switch to Diddy. Stay low. Oh, he goes down? Fuck you. Oh, there's nothing over there. There's somewhere in this stage where there's like a secret somewhere.
Or if they respawn that last barrel, but probably not. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. Damn.
Bite size. That's his name, I think.
That makes sense. Looks like a piranha.
Uh,
Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna go over there.
there's the satirical site hard drive.
Yeah.
They have a headline that says every SNES game you don't own now worth over $100.
Yeah.
I feel like in the not too distant future they're gonna have to bump that up to like at least 200.
Yeah. Oh.
How much do you think a copy of Earthbound is going for nowadays? Like just loose cartridge.
Fuck.
Let's see.
It's fuck. Used to be.
All right, I'm looking for the cheapest one I can find on eBay. Is it's $400 or best offer. Holy shit,
Oh
dude.
my god. Ah!
Do you know how much I paid for that game? Like $30.
Nice.
from like Funko Land or something.
So anything worth it?
Nope.
Nah, just okay.
Crazy. I think Chrono Trigger is selling for like $300 plus now too.
Ah,
Did I ever tell you the story about how I got Chrono Trigger?
I always need
Oh, here's one selling for like 200 something. So it's not quite $300 yet, but close. So
nothing.
back in the day when we had video rental stores, there was the phenomenon of like video rental stores like liquidating their video game inventory,
Yeah,
and you could get like lots of games like really cheap. And I remember they had all the games like outside the store, like in front of the store on the curb. And
impact.
I remember seeing Chrono Trigger for, I am not shitting you, $5.
Oh my god.
Uh, it had the manual with it, and it. I don't even know. I don't remember like seeing it in the store. It's like I feel like it's one of those games that was like rented all the time, and I don't even remember whether I had seen it there. Maybe I had, but I was like, I didn't expect to see it there because
Oh no.
like I but it was like $5 and my mom was like buying like saying I could, she'd buy me like a two or three games or whatever.
Mm.
And I remember showing her this game and my mom was like
Well,
didn't want me playing games that had like guns and stuff in them.
yeah.
And I remember her being like, Chrono Trigger, what's this trigger about? And like, I'm like this sinking pit in my stomach. It's like, she's not going to get me this game. Like, I have this opportunity to get this like sought after game for $5. And she's not going to get it. And I'm like, no, look, it's like rated E for everyone. I think it was rated K to A back then.
Yeah.
Kids to adults
Kids to adults.
before E for everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what I said, but I was able to convince her that she should, in fact, get it from me. I think I was telling her, like, magazines say you can play it for like more than 100 hours and you won't get bored. And like,
Her reacting to the trigger part of Chrono Trigger reminds me of my mom seeing Smash Brothers and was like, Smash Brothers? How violent is that? And I'm like, they're cartoon characters, it's not violent.
but yeah, I was like, in an alternate universe, I did not get that game for $5.
Okay, that's where I was.
And if I save it for like another 10 years, I will be able to sell it and put a down payment on a house, probably.
Dude. Man, you know what? Fuck you, little fish.
I, when I got out of college in the early 2010s, Jesus Christ, can't believe it was that long ago. I was like getting back into SNES games and I was buying some games back then and stuff. Now I just put them on a like a SD to SNES flash cartridge. But I was like buying actual cartridges back then, and there were like you could get like reasonable prices on a lot of games. Like like there were a lot of like good games that were like $20 to $50, and now like everything is so expensive. Like
Yeah.
how much is a copy of like Super Metroid? I think I paid like I paid like 45 $50 for that on eBay for like the US version, which is a bit pricier than the Japanese version. Um,
I don't know.
let's see. Super Metroid. Yeah, actually, Super Metroid hasn't really gone up in price.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Super Metroid is a game though where a lot of people buy the Japanese version because it's like more common,
Yeah.
and I think it's also less sought after in Japan because it doesn't have as big of a following there
Yeah. Just interesting.
for some reason. And it's also it's identical. It's like the same ROM on the cartridge. It's just you need like a to operate on your Super Nintendo for it to play because you have to like pull out those tabs so the cartridge will fit inside. Um, I still haven't done that to my Super NES.
Mm.
I don't actually own any Super Famicom games.
We're going out here, I think. Mm. Ooh. Oh, okay. Where am I going?
I'm surprised that that game has not gone up in price because it is pretty sought after. It's like considered like a top 10 SNES game. Be careful doing that. Okay, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But $400 for Earthbound is wild.
Oh, I think I made a mistake. Okay. Oh, oh no, that's not good. I'm gonna wait a second.
And go.
Gotta be a gap somewhere. There we go.
Anything up there? Probably not worth it if you see the exit sign.
Probably not. Fish. It's okay. Let's go.
Those fast ones are little bastards.
Yeah.
Careful, careful.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, this sucks. All right. I know as soon as I go, the fish is gonna get. Yep. Or that.
I think it might actually be safer to go at the top
Oh, okay.
because you can just mash the swim button and
Yeah, that's a better idea.
instead of having to like time it perfectly. Um, I think On Guard is hidden somewhere in this level. I can't remember where. I think he's actually in all the water levels in this game. I need some chapstick. Okie dokie.
Ah. Fucking hell.
For posterity, we're recording this in early March, and my lips have been so dry all winter. You gotta get your humidifier going again tonight.
Oh yeah. Going this way, right? Freaking hell. Goddamn fish.
So there are only 4 water levels in this game.
I think this one's the fourth one, yeah?
Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay. Ah!
And in these games, it's either a water level or it's not. There's no like jumping out of the water or anything.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's like Super Mario Brothers 1. So, do you think Donkey Kong is going to get like a neurological problem from swimming around in this polluted water?
Don't. Apparently, it's
The re-
the water.
the reason Donkey Kong is such a dumbass in Donkey Kong 64 is because he like swallowed too much water in Poison Pond.
Yeah. Hi. I know you're here for moral support.
We have a dog who is assisting. Why don't you come over to me? She's playing the game. Come here. Come talk to me. Come here, bud.
Yeesh.
Okay. Careful.
You can do it. You're a long way. You'll find a place.
That's my boy.
Object permanent.
You are so close to the end that time.
I know.
Pretty sure if you had gotten through those mincers, you would have beaten the stage.
That's what they're called.
Those things, yeah, those are mincers.
Huh. Again, how did they get here? Who put them here? The Kremling.
Are they living creatures or like?
There's tires with spikes on. Like, I don't
How do they
think there's
move on their own then?
right. I assumed it was some sort of like
Mm, It's like
mechanical
a robot, maybe.
skullduggery of some kind.
All right, let me
Yeah.
check the Donkey Kong or the Super Mario wiki.
Robot or magically waterproof battery or something.
What do you?
Heck,
All right, it's. Oh yeah, when you can tell it's a tire when it's not moving. It says mincers are spiky tire obstacles that debut in Donkey Kong Country. They have the same movement pattern as zingers. Da, da, da. The bees.
oh yeah.
Entirely indestructible, including from animal friends and a TNT barrel. Uh,
Where the fuck am I going? See,
how did it? How do they work though?
just exists like the piano with teeth, and I went the wrong direction. I'm gonna keep going.
I don't know if I ever noticed they were tires before. For some reason, I thought they were some kind of like sea creature or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I those tires in these issues somehow. Oh god.
But yeah, they are pretty clearly tires when you notice.
You want to hold hands? I'm a little bit.
Hey, mister, come here. Thought you were gonna sit in my lap.
You're. Nope. Goddamn. Okay.
This little dog needs attention.
Huh? Go fish. No, that's not.
So, have you played all of the original Donkey Kong arcade games?
Sure, all of them. I know I played the first one a bazillion time, and I think I tried. I think there was a Donkey Kong Jr. once that I played ages ago, and I don't know what the third one is.
Third one is weird. That's one that has Stanley the Bugman.
Yeah, I've seen that. Any arcade, as far as I know.
Um, but Donkey Kong Jr. is pretty wild because, like, you know the plot of it, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Like, Donkey Kong is kidnapped by Mario and
Yeah.
locked in a cage, and Donkey Kong Jr. has to save him.
Oh,
It's kind of funny in this game how Cranky is like, I used to be a big time video hero or whatever, but in like Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 3, he's the antagonist.
yeah,
And in
yeah.
Donkey Kong Jr., he's like kidnapped.
He's
What
the
if you
DID.
go down there but underneath that one?
Oh yeah, I think it's just
Did
a
you check?
trading hole, but oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing too useful.
no, no. There you go. That's a good choice.
Uh,
With a controller rest.
she has the controller on the dog's head. He doesn't seem to mind that much.
It's like weirdly chill in some ways, and weirdly not in others.
Um, I think you already tried that.
Oh yeah. Up here, it's gonna hit me. Wait, isn't there a barrel down there? Yes.
Good.
Dang it.
Good thing you grabbed it.
Yep. Go, go, go.
Down. And then
Just
up.
fast. Wait a minute. I think I'm going down.
Speaking of hard drive, have you ever seen the hard drive um, headline about this song?
Have sure though. God damn it.
Let me find it. All right. You have to beat this level before we can quit for tonight.
Yes.
It says, man tasked with making score for a monkey riding a swordfish underwater creates transcendent transcendent piece of music.
Nope. Now the fish.
This is a fake quote from David Wise, the composer. They came to me about the idea of a level with Diddy riding on guard below the sea, not worrying about air or anything, just slaughtering fish and snatching nanas, said Wise, reflecting on his iconic work 26 years ago. I said to them, I'm not going to score a monkey riding a swordfish. I'm going to score your goddamn heart and soul riding a swordfish.
Ah!
I ended up dropping about 8 tabs of acid the first day I was there at the Great Coral Reef, where he went to search for inspiration. I took off all my clothes except for a red tie and went snorkeling. I found a swordfish and looked it dead in the eye. The swordfish then turned its back and signaled to me with its tail to hop on board. I rode that dude for 12 hours straight. When I came home, the song flowed out of me. At that moment, I was merely a seismograph recording the vibrations of my experience.
Okay. I'm back.
Honestly, one of my favorite video game composers.
Rapidly becoming one of mine.
I played some of the Tropical Freeze soundtrack for you, right?
Yeah.
It's
There's
pretty.
one track in particular that I am obsessed with, having never
Oh,
played the game.
I've only played like a couple worlds of that game, but I have listened to the soundtrack a whole bunch. Which one are you talking about?
I forget the name of it, but like I can't even describe how it sounds, but the first one that I heard you play.
Is it Seashore War?
It might.
Like kind of melancholy.
Yeah, it's sort of the pace of this song kind of
That
feels like.
builds up.
Yeah,
Kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Heckadoodle.
I like this song. I think it's called Windmill Hills, which is like very kind of like old timey.
Sure. Any fighting.
Mr. Doggo, you need to stop interfering. Oops, sorry.
It's alright.
Here, go on the bed. There you go.
Exito.
Oh my god, you did it.
Holy frickin'
All right, save. And what time is it?
maybe I should quit while I'm
Play the next level for like 5 minutes and
Yeah.
see. Check it out for next time.
Save us, Candy.
Candy.
I want candy.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. He has nothing else to say besides all the other things that he usually says.
So you found me, did ya? What do you want?
Trying to hear if he said something else.
Why, even the bananas have more frames and colors than I had in the entire game.
I believe that.
Look at this. As I rock, my beard swings. Waste of frames, in my opinion. So, Cranky has a Ramby crate.
Yeah, I've been working on that.
Can Did Cranky the one who puts all these animals in crates? Oh, I wasn't reading his hint or whatever. Doesn't matter. I was paying attention to the background.
Alright, more minecarts.
The second and final minecart stage. Why are there beavers falling from the sky? Who put these beavers in the sky? And why? Why? Why?
Is this the same music from the
Yep.
other minecart level? Yeah.
So you got
slaps too.
this
Oh,
one.
dear. Oh, what the what?
This one is different in that
Oh no.
you don't jump with the minecart, you jump out of the minecart.
Yeah, I like this.
And you have to jump to the next minecart. I honestly think this might be easier than the first one. I'm not sure. I also, though, have not played this as many times as the first one. So.
No.
Oh.
Bad dog.
Hey. You. He. Are you kidding me?
Sake.
Hey, spit it out.
I think he must have swallowed it.
I put the dog on the bed, and the chapstick I referenced earlier in the stream, the dog found it and chewed on it. He loves to chew on chapstick. There are teeth marks in my chapstick now.
Wow.
Thanks, dude. I just opened that like today. You ruined it. I need it for my dry lips. He, that is like the third or fourth chapstick of mine that he has chewed up. Anytime he finds that was so quick too, he just found it and was like chomp.
Dad was around and then Dad wasn't around, so he was the one that used chapstick, and for some reason he wouldn't go after my mom and my chapstick.
Huh.
It was specific.
Maybe it's men. He hates men, so he destroys their chapstick. I don't know. I think he just likes chewing on. Do you think there's like the texture of it or something? Or is there like a taste to it or smell? I've told you, right, that my cat likes to. My cat likes to attempt to eat plastic shopping bags, like the kind you get at the grocery store. And I am like glad that my town banned plastic shopping bags because there are fewer of them around for her to chew on. There have been a few times where she like swallowed a bunch of it and then vomited it out. Thankfully, yeah, it did not get like stuck in her, but like I was like, Jesus Christ, like I became really careful about like not leaving them around, but like just like usually she just licks them, which is weird and gross, but
Yeah.
probably no harm. But when she's like eating them, it's like Jesus Christ, like those aren't good for you. Those are not for eating at all.
Winston used to go after Kleenex out of the box, and he doesn't do that anymore for some reason, but I did it. I don't trust it, but I did it. Whee! Oh. Okay. Alright, you can't duck. And they won't let you fly underneath anything, so I gotta jump. Gotcha. Fly.
Yeah, died to a beaver. It's like hitting a parked car.
Yeah. I mean, back when I was a very small child and I just started playing, I would die to the first Goomba on Mario 1-1, so.
I'm sure it's happened to me before, but I don't remember when the last time was. You got an extra life.
Always jump. How the. Whoa, I thought I could just late.
Too far.
Okay, yeah. Because there's no guardrail keeping
Did
me
you?
over the.
You didn't hit the checkpoint yet, right? No. Who is dropping these beavers?
raining beavers. Oh, what's down there that saves me for a second? Weird. Another underrated track. It's like you can't listen to it because you're concentrating too hard, but I do enjoy it. Look. Sounds a tiny bit like a Final Fantasy battle, honestly. There's one jump. Ah! No! Dang it.
If it was like different instrumentation, I could see it being like a Final Fantasy. And it also needs the intro like
Yo! Whoa. How come I was able to jump on that guy? Whatever. Ah! Oh! Panic. Wait, what was the other minecart level called? Because I thought that was called Minecart Madness.
It's called Minecart Carnage.
Ah. What the frickin' hell?
Oh dear.
God dang it.
They did ride in a minecart at one point in the book, but I don't think it was like they did not like play it up all the like danger and stuff. They were just like, okay, get in the minecart now and we'll
Yeah. Okay. And then naturally appears. Sure. Yeah.
Who do you think is digging the Kongs out of these pits and putting them in these barrels?
Ah, I missed. Oh, Jesus.
Is it
I forgot I write it down.
Lakitu from Mario Kart?
Could be. Right.
It looks like you should be able to go under it, but I guess you
Yeah.
can't. You have to jump over it.
Okay. Jump over everything.
It's like 1 pixel off, probably.
Yeah. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
So we haven't watched any movies since the last stream. What movies should we watch next?
Time Cop and dude,
Inspired choice.
any interest in the supposedly new Street Fighter movie that they're making?
That's not out yet though, but yes, I am. I would watch it. Wait, who is in it?
I forget, but like they cast like names that people recognize nowadays, so probably not too many people I know. Ah,
The
oh no.
original Street Fighter is something.
Yep, that's a fun time. I wouldn't mind watching that again, actually. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got to the halfway point. All right. I was gonna say we should quit, but why don't you see? Give it a few more tries. Uh, let me look up the cast. The '90s Street Fighter movie is something.
Yeah, still not over the fact that Mulan is Chun Li. Because Ming Na Wen is Chun Li and she did Mulan's voice, and I was like, oh my god.
I'm trying to see. Jason Momoa is Blanca. 50 Cent is Balrog? What? I'm sure some of these other people are recognizable, but I don't know any of them.
That one I can go.
Andrew Koji is Ryu. Who's Ken?
Shit. Shit.
Noah Centineo. I don't know him.
Either.
He's gonna need a wig.
Whoa. What the fuck? Okay. What? Wait. Oh, this is. Oh, fuck you. Can I hop in your head? Thank you. This is. I like this level design quite a bit, actually.
Go.
Ooh, I don't
Follow
know.
the bananas. Follow the bananas. The bananas are not there by accident.
You liar.
You
You
did
just hide.
real good
Minecart's waiting for us.
last time.
Yeah.
Because the game must go on.
Yes, indeed.
That enemy looks exactly the same as Critter, the like recurring like
Whoops.
weak enemy. But the ones in the minecart are named Crash
Shit. Actually,
with a K, of course.
didn't have it in the other one.
Alright. You did really well that other life. I think you can do this. We boing.
The profiles on the tire is very helpful.
Jump, 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 jump. All right, so follow the bananas straight down.
You trust this for a
Nope.
fucking.
Don't die to the beaver. This game loves to put that one random enemy right at the end of the stage to mess with you. All right, save, and then why don't you play like 1 or 2 lives at the next level before we sign off for the night?
Anyhow,
Save us, Candy. You did 3 whole levels.
finally, goddamn. Wait, did that take? I couldn't tell. I was the start
You
button.
might as well. You have to jump into the barrel, I think,
I did do that.
and then
Save.
push. Say, it should be fine. I think it worked. I'm not actually sure if it matters what button you push. Actually, if you look at the SD to SNES, it lights up red at the top when it saves. So you can actually tell when the game is
that's good to know.
writing to the save data.
My favorite track in the game is back, but at what cost? Alright, I'm not totally blind. For once, you gotta move slowly.
Now you just gotta memorize the level design and then go fast.
Yeah. Oh. Why? That's evil.
Pretty sure you have to roll and jump to get that, but it's not worth it. This song is so good.
Yep. Definitely was stuck in my head for a frequent amount afterwards. How do you plan that game? This time,
Give it 1 or 2 more shots. Yeah. This might be the final stage of this world before the boss.
oh no.
Let's see. This were Kremkroc.
Yeah, eat shit. I much prefer this rather than the flashlight level.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that level. Yeah, this is the final stage of this world.
see. Throw this at anybody? No.
Oof. I'm definitely running out of gas for the conversation, though. You know what? You got 7 lives left. You burned through your lives pretty quick. Why don't you just get a game over before we go to bed?
Sounds like a
Get some practice for the next. Wee!
it's so one, two, three.
Wait, being on the stairs make you roll infinitely? I don't think I knew that.
And then either
Try. Oh, never mind. You learn new things every day. Useless things. Garage basements. There's someone in the stream.
yeah.
In the not the stream, the chat.
Oh, hello there.
Bear06.
I do not have my chat in front of my face,
I can
so
I can read it to you.
yeah.
It says, how goes Donkey Kong Country?
It goes. It goes for a very long time because I am not good at this game. I have not played it since I was a kid, unlike you.
You mean you haven't played it as a kid?
I said I have not.
You said you
But,
hadn't played it since you were a kid.
well,
You did not. You've never played it prior to this.
that's. Mhm. But it's going all right. I am
But
enjoying it.
thank you for joining the chat.
Indeed. I'm having quite a lot of fun, even though I'm not very good. Let's see. Infinite roll, and I killed myself. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate everyone who stops by for any length of time, because I am a baby streamer and new at all of this in a lot of ways. So, hope you have been enjoying my incompetence. Whoop!
And my
Come here. Ah, what the?
summary of the Donkey Kong Country novel.
Indeed. Alright. Infinite. Nope.
Yeah, I think that's. I never knew that.
That's cool. I like that.
Or maybe I did know and forgot, but well, that would not make sense.
No, but it would be kind of funny if that's how it worked. What?
I mean, you are definitely having a rough go of this game,
Yeah.
but it's also a hard game,
Fucking hell.
and you are progressing every time you play. It's not like you've ever played and then like not even beaten a single stage.
That's very true. Yar! That's
I
fun.
think that first level, if you had actually like played it for 2 hours and not beaten it, I might have had to be like, we're just gonna skip this one.
Yeah.
In the interest of moving
Oh
forward.
god. Okay. Oh. Forgot they were there. Let me not do that.
There's a guy coming up.
If it was at anybody.
Remember that Diddy holds the barrel in front of his chest, so if like an
Yeah.
enemy bumps into you, it'll automatically get hit by the barrel.
Okay. Off. Off. On. Off. Ha!
Are you proud of yourself for chewing up my chapstick over there?
Yeah, he's like, my job here is done. We have caused chaos. And me!
This is why we can't have nice things.
Indeed. Whoa. Ah!
If I run out of Donkey Kong novels, I could look up some Donkey Kong fan fiction.
Indeed. Oh dear.
I'll find the most cursed Donkey Kong fan fiction available.
Ah! Oh, Jesus. Oh.
What do you think the most cursed Donkey Kong ship would be?
Donkey Kong King K. Rool or something like that. The amount of people that started shipping Luigi and Bowser when the movie came out, I was like, that's interesting. Uh, I do not like that it makes sense to me, but I do not ship it myself.
I feel like you could get more ridiculous than that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
There's a whole bunch more characters in these subsequent games.
Triple header. See. Nice. Motherfucker.
Game over.
Alright. And on that note. Alright.
Well,
Let me,
we gotta get
some
some
saves.
get ready for bed soon. So
My prep for another stream during the weekend. Possibly.
have you been streaming anything else lately?
I was planning to, and decided against it. I got into playing off stream. I was like, I do not wish to be yours.
About your horse games.
Are those?
You've been playing Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah. I should get it's a little bit more interesting now that there are more neighbors, so I might play that on stream sometime. But yeah, this is such a pop. Anyhow, alright, that was World whatever it was. Kremkroc
Still World 5.
Yeah, World 5, last stage.
No, it's not.
Oh.
There's another world after this.
Last stage of World.
Oh yeah, last stage of the world. Yeah, correct.
There are 6 worlds?
Six worlds plus the final boss
Oh yeah.
is not technically part of World 6. It's just like its own level.
That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I can't imagine. I'm having trouble being like a level. It's a boss.
Well, it's not a level. It's just that I mean, it's not part of the world map for World 6. That's all. But it's a boss. It's not like a stage.
All right. Okay. Well, on that note, I will be back sometime this week or next week. Thanks for hanging around.
Blackout basement.
Next time will be more Blackout Basement, and hopefully I'll be bright-eyed.
Is it really a basement? It just looks like more of a factory.
It's like
they just needed some alliteration.
Yeah.
But in any case.
Yep. In any case, I never know how to do these things, so this is Judy Fruit signing off, and my partner Q, and have a good night.